All right. My name is Ben Panko, and today I'll be giving a speech to you guys over Special Olympics. Here we go. All right. I want you guys to imagine a stadium full of fans cheering as loud as they can. Imagine the sounds, the flashes of the camera, all the other events going off in the background. Now, I want you to imagine not being able to have this feeling, never being able to do what others can, based on something that you cannot control, being born different, which then causes your whole life ahead of you to change. Now think about how the Special Olympics allows athletes with disabilities to compete at sports they have a passion for, but not only a passion but a talent for. The Special Olympics really allows them to be involved in something that everyone should be allowed to do if the circumstances allowed it. So just a little about the Special Olympics. It was founded in 1950s and has grown significantly since then. As of 2014, 4.4 million athletes competed in the Special Olympics. And today I'll talk about the impact it has on the athletes, the history or upbringing of the Special Olympics, and then the skill required that it takes to compete in the Special Olympics. All right, so transitioning into the impact it has, Special Olympics has communications with the highest leaders in government, education, businesses, and healthcare in the world today, and the involvement with everybody in the Special Olympics kind of flies under the radar, but I just kind of want to let it be known and assure you that it's not lacking at all, that there's plenty of involvement within the Special Olympics. So it has a motto, changing society by changing attitude. And I feel like that brings awareness and kind of works toward a change. I feel like it's always good to have a motto when like doing an event like this. It just kind of makes it more memorable, and if I hear a motto, I'm more likely to pass it on to people and spread it around. There's also organizations that accept donations to help research and involvement. It's known to be the most influential event ever, said by an article from USA Today. Now, after saying all that, the influence it has on athletes, let's talk about how it actually got started. So the first Special Olympics Summer Games were held in 1968. More than 1,000 people with intellectual disabilities participated in the events, while the first Special Olympic Winter Games wasn't held until 1977. This is because the lack of winter sports, not really because the athletes didn't want to be a part of this or weren't willing to do it. It's just harder to practice and work on winter sports than it is to do summer sports. So The Ringer, a 2005 movie, has appearances from over 150 Special Olympic athletes. The fact that they were asked to do this by a director and such a big film, it's a big deal. And I feel like that just gives them just that, literally it just brings happiness to their hearts. And so with that being said, all the history of the Special Olympics and things that they've done in the past, I'm going to move on to our third topic, which is the skill required for Special Olympians. So they play 26 plus sports are played with 170 nations and millions of athletes, like I talked about earlier, 4.4 actually. It's a 10-day event, sometimes it lasts 9 days, but so they're day after day working, and then year-round working for these 10 days. So they work extremely hard. I feel like it's a constant grind, and not only is the competition hard, but so is the work ethic of these people, and the skill of these athletes I feel like it's under-recognized. They are easily more athletic and more capable of doing so than the average human being. And it's just amazing how they can persevere through all these challenges they have with having disabilities. So they're actually putting up scores remarkably close to the regular Olympians. The work ethic, so they have, I don't want to call it a disadvantage, but I would say it's more It takes more physically and mentally out of them in order to get a task done in a sport, to like actually be able to finish the game or have a comeback or stay focused and stuff like that. So doing all this and playing for a duration of 10 days, that can be very physically draining. Not even a lot of professional athletes compete 10 days straight. I know, like, sure, they have practices, but I'm sure they take some days off. Like the NBA plays 100-something games in a year, 190-something games in a year, and they play one night, have 2 nights off, play another night. The NFL plays 16 games in a year plus playoffs. They play once a week. Yes, they practice, but it's not as physically draining as an actual game. So the physicality required by these athletes is pretty insane, to be doing it 10 days consecutively. In conclusion of my speech, I've just informed you guys about the Special Olympics and 3 different aspects of it, such as the impact on the athletes, the history of the Special Olympics itself, and the high talent it takes and work ethic it takes to compete at the level the Special Olympians compete at. All I ask of you now is to pass this information you've learned today and pass it on to others and bring awareness and support to the Special Olympics. Just give these athletes what they deserve, the recognition they deserve, and it's honestly just living the dream for them. It's an amazing time. I personally have watched the Special Olympics, and it's just great to see their faces light up whenever they do good, when they compete. So give these athletes the reward they deserve for chasing their dreams, and watch them compete. That's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys for listening, and bye-bye.